Okay, this is going to be a demonstration for the second hand that you're going to draw for this practice hand drawing. So you can actually do this all on the same sheet of paper. We're going to do one hand on one side, we're going to do the other hand on the other side, and then the back side we'll do your third hand. So we'll do 3 practice hand drawings. So the next hand that I want you to do is I want you to actually practice the inside palm or the open palm of the hand. So we did a drawing of this side, and then now we're going to do a drawing of this side of the hand. Okay, so instead of having the hand be flat like this, I want you to actually change up the positioning of the hand. Okay, so like usually the more you play around with like the fingers, the more interesting the hand drawing will become. So, I'm actually going to do this type of a hand for the hand drawing. And one nice thing about like playing around with the fingers of the hands is you don't really have to pay so much attention to the proportions. Like for example, measuring the fingers out correctly as it was in like this hand here. You can exaggerate things a little bit more with when you move your fingers around because now you're thinking about since this finger is coming out closer to you, you're thinking about more about space, depth, and it's called foreshortening when you have things that are coming closer to you. They appear a lot larger, and things don't look as big as they seem. So when you're playing around with the idea of foreshortening, you can exaggerate certain features a little bit more. So same idea that we're going to do before. I'm going to do this position for my hand right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the palm first. So remember the palm. The shape of the palm again is going to be a rectangle. Okay, since I'm actually at more of an angle with my hand here, I'm going to actually bend the rectangle a little bit more. Okay, so kind of think of it as like a sheet of paper in a way. So like this hand we had here, this is like a very flat paper for the hand, whereas now this shape that we're creating here, and I'm gonna draw a little bit darker just so you can see. This is more of like the paper bending. So the paper we're bending more like this direction here. This is kind of like the shape of the palm now, as opposed to it being flat like a palm like this. The rectangles like this shape here. Now we're kind of like bending the paper a little bit more to create more of like that foreshortening aspect. All right, so I do want you to play around with foreshortening because this is actually going to be what makes the hand drawing look a lot more interesting. And same thing here. I'm just going to do an oval for the where the thumb's going to be. I'm going to draw a little bit darker just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then like the shape of the fingers, it's going to be a rectangle here, rectangle there. So same type of measurements. But again, I'm looking more carefully at drawing what I'm seeing as opposed to drawing what I think. Okay, so I looked at you guys pre-test drawings of the hands. I couldn't really tell if you were tracing the drawings or you actually drew them. So, but for the most part, though, it looks like everyone's done a pretty good job with the hand drawings. But if you did trace the drawings, so I'm letting you know right now that you can't really trace this hand right here. So, you really have to draw what you see. Then there's no shortcut around it. It's just practice with it. So, again, I'm just breaking up the finger into the different rectangles here. So I'm going to got one rectangle here. And I'm also looking at the angle of the finger. So this angle is going up this way. And then this is tilting more to the top left-hand corner. Okay, so do pay attention to those angles because that's what's going to make that picture seem more realistic. And then this is going more of on the left side. Yeah, but again, I'm just blocking out the shapes though. I'm just doing rectangles. Just keeping it simple right now. This one's going upward. These are about like even if you look at it. I guess since I'm curling the fingers, I'm having them in different directions. They are slightly a little bit more in like a different direction. So again, I'm looking at that curve of the finger. Yeah, this is gonna go a little bit outward. And again, what you guys see on the camera here and what I'm drawing here, I'm actually looking at it from a different angle, so it is going to look slightly different than what you guys are looking at with my picture here. But again, that just emphasizes the importance of, you know, really drawing what you see. Again, this finger is really foreshortened here, so this is like, I gotta actually have more of the top of the finger right here. And then this finger is actually going in front of the other finger. Alright. And this finger, you have to bend this out a little bit more. And this one is foreshortening a lot more. So I see foreshortening, this is like coming out at you, you know, it's coming directly at you in the camera. Or in the picture. It's going to look kind of like this for now. Alright. Okay, so I got the general shape out of my hand. And, you know, this is really creating more of like a dynamic, more interesting hand to look. As opposed to like this hand here, this is like not really as interesting. This one looks a lot more interesting. So you just want to block in the shapes, the rectangles. I kind of rounded this part out more because, you know, my fingers, you know, they look a little bit more round like ovals here. At least as you shape them out. But, you know, at this point now, I've got where all my measurements are, my proportions. So again, when I say proportions, you know, just having the proper sizes and shapes. And now I'm just, you know, drawing in the details. So I'm going to add those wrinkles for the fingers, the thumb here, rounding it out more. All right, and then also when you do the nails from this angle here, it is a little bit differently. So you really have to draw what you see though. But the nails though, you know, they're going to, you know, same idea though, they're going to go around the thumb though. Okay, but you know, look carefully at where they're going around the thumb. As you know, they kind of like wrap around on the side a little bit and then they go around the other way. Alright, so all of those little details though is going to help to make the hands look, you know, realistic. Okay, and that's going to be one challenge I'm going to have you guys do with these handscape drawings is, you know, these hands will have to look somewhat realistic. Okay, so, you know, that's what we're practicing on is being able to draw from life. You know, that's an important skill to know in art. And, you know, being able to draw realistic as well. So, you know, if you look at this wrapping around there, going around here, you know, I'm really just drawing what I'm seeing though. It's not like, you know, everything is in front of you. There's no tricks or surprises. Nothing you have to figure out. Everything is like right in front of you though. It'll help you with the drawing of the picture. So I'm just cleaning up these lines that I have here, but you know, most of these is oh, and then this nail here, if you look at it, it's kind of like rounding off in this direction. So I see like an oval shape here, and I'm just rounding off the nail like that. So these nails are going to look different than what you would think they would look, just because of the foreshortening that I'm doing with the hands. This one's going outward. All right, but you know, you're just drawing what you're seeing though. It's shouldn't be any surprises to it. All right. This is the funny thing about the hand is there's actually not like a you know, cursive M that you. It's like a cursive M that you see. You know, that's a nice little detail to add to the hand, and you know, I'm just curving this out now. And this line's here. You get the general idea though. So, but if you can see though, like even like this hand, you know, some of those measurements may not be correct, or I could work on them a little bit more. But you can see how this hand looks so much more interesting than, you know, having an open palm. So that's gonna be one of the challenges I'm gonna have you do with these handscape drawings too is being able to use more unique, you know, more unique ways of how you can portray the hand.